The old orchard is in bloom now. Some of it earlier than others, some later than others. And the bees are over here, and some have survived the winter. Oh, that one looks okay. I'll take the mouse guard off, I think. Not sure about that, don't think that one survived. This one's doing alright. There's a feeder to take off there and some supers to put on. Oh, I thought that one had faded away, so they may just be robbing that out. Or there's a swarm moved in. Hard to say at this stage. Not full to the brim, but it could do with supers on, could do with the queen excluder on. But I'm going to put supers on probably without a queen excluder. Well, there is a queen excluder underneath that second super. So we've got a super on the bottom, brood box, another super, queen excluder and two supers. Alright, well I'm going to leave those bees to get on with it. Not very nice bees, stinging me, which I don't like. So they'll have to be re-queened if they carry on like that. Still, they can be left alone for weeks on end now and make some honey. I'm in the woods again. I thought I might just have a little look under the roof of this and see if the bees are actually adopting it or not. I have actually brought a little feeder with me in case they're not actually moving up into these frames. Let's have a look. Alright, well they're not the slightest bit interested and haven't really moved up at all, haven't done anything. There were a couple of bees on this wax that had the honey in, but no, they're not coming up. So I'm going to put a feeder on. Put a feeder on, and maybe that will help get them going. Well, the roof just about fits with the feeder on. Not very bee proof. Bees could easily get up inside there, but maybe just that bit of feed will get things kicked off. Well, I did think this hive was empty and didn't survive the winter, and maybe it was empty, but it's got some bees now. I can't see a lot of pollen going in, so it doesn't necessarily mean that they're established in there. They could just be cleaning it out of its supplies. But who knows, it might be a swarm moved in. I don't think it's the bees that were there before, because I'm sure that it's finished, this hive. One to watch. Now here we are again, disaster apiary, 28th of April. These were the bees that they took all the frames out last time, and with the queen, so that hive is queenless and should have a couple of queen cells in it. I'm going to take that one away this evening. This one I'm going to break down. There are bees everywhere now, but they're cleaning out honey that's left over. This is the Langstroth hive that I need to check and make sure the queen is still laying in there. And then all of the others All empty. All empty. This one's got an extra entrance now, courtesy of the woodpecker. Alright, let's have a look at this one first. Won't be so many bees now. Flying bees have gone back, so we may be able to find the queen. Still a fair number of bees. Don't think they've worked on that new frame as yet. But let's get in there and see what we can see. Well, they started drawing this wax out. Not enough for the queen to have laid in it yet, but a few more days and I reckon she will be. We've got halfway through and I still haven't found it. Right, well, I went through the box twice, front and back. Didn't find the queen. Pretty sure she's there. There are no emergency queen cells. I'm taking this frame of drone brood out. In fact, I might just put that in that box at the end there. And yeah, no queen. So I'll put it back together for the time being and give it a few more days and look again later. Well, we seem to have bees moved in here. They weren't here the other day. So that's a swarm, I guess. I don't know what those frames are like. And the entrance is certainly chewed up. Now I do have another box back at base that these could go in. I might just leave them for a few days. I don't like that bit of wax down there, so might have to get that out. Oh, nice dark bees. They seem to have got themselves quite well established. Just going to sort this up, frame out the side here, and leave them alone. There's one. I don't know where they come from. And I'm taking this piece of wax out. It does mean that the middle frame is a bit blank, but they can make some new wax of that. And yeah. So, new bees. Now, later on I might take this divider out if it's going to come out. Don't know if it will. Yeah, it's well wedged. So I don't know if they can get through, or they're going to have to go out and go back in again. But they're in that side anyway now. Right, the bees are all up in the feeder on this in this poly box. There seems to be a fair number of bees in here now. So it was only the two middle frames that had any brood on. So let's have a look and see if we've got any queen cells in there. Yeah, they started making queen cells there. There's one there. So give it a few more days and I think there'll be quite a lot in this hive. Whoops. Well, that's disturbed them a bit. Leave them to settle down. I'm taking them out of this aphid because they're beginning to annoy Howard in his greenhouse over there. I guess because they don't have a queen, they're not so happy. Although he might have got a bit confused between those and this swarm that's turned up. At least he reckons it was a swarm. He saw it, so I hope it's just not half of these deciding to go over there. But I don't think it is. I think it's a swarm. So I'll give that a few more days and see if we see eggs and brood, and then I think we'll put it in a better box. Seem to be ending up with a lot of Langstroth frames. Right, this one's got a combination of two brood boxes with a super in between. And I might end up just leaving the super on the floor on its own. That's what I'm thinking. But first of all, I'm going to go through these two brood boxes. Well, I'm not short of bees in this top box. So, I wonder if there's any brood up there. Now, there's definitely brood in the top box. That's the second frame in. Not very elegant looking frames these, but quite a lot of brood there. One open cell, another one there. So let's go a bit further and see what else I can find. Right, well, I found the queen and marked her, and then within seconds she'd slipped into the bottom of this box and was gone. So she's in that box. So I can take that box away knowing that it's got a queen in it. I think I'll shake a few more bees in from here. And then also take an extension box ready to put some blank frames in above this bottom one. Anyway, queen's in there. Shame I didn't capture her on film, but there we are. I think there are more than enough bees in this nuke box to make some queen cells. I'm going to take them away, but I'm just going to let them settle down a bit more first. They're quite calm at the moment, but I just want them to go into the box. And now that I've taken the queen out of here, I'm also going to take some more brood out and put it in this extension box here. It's absolutely chock-a-block with old stores. I'm taking that out. I'll probably put that back in that box, I don't know. But I'm going to take those down the way to join the queen. And then the next stage will be to, once they settle down, all the flying bees will come back here. The next stage will be to put the bees down, the frames down there into a regular brood box and get them established down there. This little entrance has been used by the bees. They don't seem to be leaving it, and they seem to like it. So we'll see. Give it a few more days. I think they're even cleaning out inside. So this one is now down to a brood and a half, and has got no queen. Queen I've taken over the other side of the apiary. So the next stage would be to put the queen into brood box and release another nuke box or two or three, and just split up these frames with queen cells on and take them away. It's still got a few bees. Still got a few bees on it. But I guess it will soon start getting dark and cold, and they'll go in. They seem very reluctant to leave this feeder chamber here, although there is a hole underneath that they can get into the brood box. So I don't know whether they're just coming up from the box or what they're doing. Might have to put the plastic back on and just let them get on with it. We're nearly there. A few more to go in. Not dark yet, and they're still very busy. And of course they're the ones I took the queen away from, so they would be busy. But actually all the bees are still busy because it's obviously not late enough for them to give up yet. So, a bit of patience. Wait a bit longer. Right, we're going to leave a few behind. I'll just have to go into one of these other hives. Not escaping, are they? Nope. No, I just want to get in. Too late, girls. There we are, a new home in amongst these other boxes. Better not forget to open the entrance.